So this is my third and hopefully final attempt at making this recording. In this recording I'll be demonstrating how to get an additional crown to add to your collection of crowns. Two ways to get a crown in a game of Fortnite. One is to win a match, and then the second is to eliminate another player who's wearing a crown from a previous match. I've seen as many as 4 crown players, including myself, in a single match, so sometimes there are a lot of crowns to be had, but other times there's no crowns in the match at all, so you can't add to the progression of your crown tally. This particular spot is a favourite of mine to land on this map because it's a good place to start off collecting equipment, supplies. There's also the fact that there are 8 Slurpee barrels in this location, which are a good way to build up the shields without actually using the shield items, which can sometimes be quite difficult to find. Other times they're everywhere. So these slurp barrels give you 10 shield points per barrel, plus you also get the resources from busting them open. The resources being metal, which can be used to build structures later in the game. A total of 8 slurp barrels in this location. I stopped there to listen to what was going on. The Christmas music indicates that there are some Christmas NPCs nearby, and they're riding one of the quad bikes. Now these guys will throw lollies at you that can be used as a speed boost. They've already thrown one here, but I need to destroy their quad bike because it's part of a quest that I need to complete. Pick up that. That was the lolly that they threw at me, which gives me a speed boost. Now, I'm going to come back here and hide until these 2 NPCs go away, because as you can hear the music, they're still hanging around outside looking for me. And 1 NPC on its own I would easily take down, 2 not so easy, and could quite easily bring a short end to my match. Right, they're moving off again. Now it's time to go and chase that other guy that was nearby. It's already killed another player, and there he is. He's the one I want. That's a player, so he's been collecting weapons and equipment. Now what happens next is actually quite funny, and it's quite clever what he did. He threw a snow bomb at me, which then put ice blocks on my feet, which made it quite difficult to move around. Now I need a couple more of those slurp barrels to fully restore my shields. For some reason this second barrel didn't explode, even though I hit it enough times to explode. When I was playing this match, that barrel did actually explode, but in this replay it doesn't explode. So some kind of bug with the replay. Yes, I'll have that Ranger assault rifle because it's a lot more powerful than that Mark 7. Now this is a bug that needs to be fixed. Those fish are supposed to pop out onto the ground, but for some reason every time I come to this one they fall back inside the freezer and you have to destroy it to get them out. Anyway, I'll head up here. There's a pig on the hill. I'll do a bit of hunting in a second. I'm just going to have a quick look around to make sure there's no one nearby. Hunting pigs and chickens and wolves all contributes to one of the milestones, which is a quest that you need to do to gain experience in the match. Come over here to this bush, have a quick look around to make sure there's no one running around down there. I can't hear anyone, so I'll continue moving over to this bush. But get interrupted by another pig. So he's up there, I'll take out him. Even though I got a headshot on him there, I didn't kill him in one shot, which is what normally happens. Not sure why that happened. But anyway, continuing on. I head into this building and find some more resources. Ammunition, gold. There's quite often find gold inside lounge chairs. There's a chest in behind here, so... And this chest, as far as I'm aware, is always here. It's one of the ones that is always in the game. Some chests are can be quite random, but this is one that's a regular. Just trying to decide which shotgun I want there. Some more gold. Go back, smash the bed. Sometimes there's gold in beds, sometimes there isn't, but lounge chairs always have gold in them. Moving on. Continue down to the lower building. I haven't heard anybody else moving around here. That's an NPC over there that you can talk to. In fact, there's a quest that requires you to talk to him. But I've already completed that quest. I can hear a chest back there, so I'll just grab that just in case. Go downstairs. Chest's already been opened. Have a look at it by an NPC. I just picked up a contract for a bounty then. Even though the game replay doesn't show it, I did actually collect it. Seems to be some of the elements of the game are missing. Now, there's a chest just here. This chest isn't always here. It's like a 50-50 chance of finding one there. More gold from a lounge chair. I'll have that Mark 7 because it's actually better than the Ranger assault rifle. The rounds, each shot isn't as powerful, but it has a faster rate of fire and it has the bonus option of having a scope, which comes in very handy because for some reason when you fire the Mark 7 without using the scope, it's quite, it's not accurate and it has a lot of bloom, but when you use the scope, somehow it magically reduces all that and makes it a much more accurate weapon. Yeah, so as you can hear, there's people outside fighting. That was a Stinger SMG. Now, I can hear someone else flying around with a web sling over that direction, and that guy there has just picked up web slinger, so now I've got two people using the Spider-Man web slingers flying around outside me. I'm not going to engage them at this stage because I don't really have enough ammunition for a lot of engagements at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to come out here, go and hide in a bush over there, see whether I can find that guy that I could hear. He's in that building down there because he's just used some of the little slurp bottles to heal up his health. I mean his shields, not health. And he's in there, but he's not moving because I can't hear him. But now here he comes, and you can see how well the bushes conceal you, because that guy just went straight through the bush and didn't see me. I was about to shoot him, but he used his web slinger thing, so yeah, an opportunity that passed me by because he was quite experienced at the game. He knows how to move around to avoid being shot. Anyway, I'm just listening to what's going on before I go down to that building to find what it is I'm looking for. Maybe there, may not be. And there's somebody else that's just arrived as well. He would have heard me, which is why he stopped. So I'm going to sit still. And now the guy with the web slinger gloves has returned. And now these two are going to have a fight. And the guy with the web slinger gloves is the one who wins out. And so it's probably a good thing I didn't get into a fight with him earlier. He probably would have beaten me in an exposed situation outside. But he's about to come inside and I'm going to get the surprise on him, which he won't be ready for. As you can see, he had no idea what he was doing. Quick change of weapons there. I'll have that, thank you very much, because that's a lot better than the Stinger that I previously had. As you can see, he's dropped a set of Spider-Man gloves, which can be used to move around quickly, but they're quite complicated and difficult to master. They require a fair bit of practice. I'll probably demonstrate how to use them in another video later on. But for the purposes of this particular video, all I'm demonstrating is how to win a match whilst wearing a crown. Yeah, fixing up my shields is probably a good idea so that I can do that. Oh, here comes another one. Praise be to the power of the Stinger. Legendary Stinger is such an OP weapon. Make sure I reload because you don't want to get caught later on without any ammunition in your magazine, because that can, as you will see later, be dire. Teddy bear with his World War One helmet on. World War Two helmet, actually, not World War One. I'm just patiently waiting for the fight to move on a bit because people are still fighting. I don't want to get caught up in that fight just yet. I want to wait till the number of players has reduced, which is how I win matches. Wait until there's only 2 other players in the match before I engage, sometimes 3, because the moment you stick your nose out in a position where there's 3 or 4 players and not a lot of room to move, you're generally going to get your nose shot off. So they're all still fighting, using a sniper rifle by the sound of that. I'll have that that auto shotgun, I think they call it. It's an epic auto shotgun. Doesn't do a lot of damage with each shot, but it fires very quickly. So if you're quick enough to fire a couple of rounds with it, one after the other, you'll take out most people. There's guys down inside the building at the moment, which is why I'm making my move. But he's still building his tower of power. Which ends up being a complete waste of time because the storm has moved on. The eye of the storm has moved on to a different location, so his little tower of power will be completely useless to him. But he continued building it because he thought he'd need it. As you can see, I don't build. I'll build occasionally if I need to gain access to a location that I need to get to. Other than that, I don't use building when I'm engaging people in combat, because as you will see later, I use people's buildings against them to win matches. I almost get into trouble here because I've exposed myself in a very open location, and this guy noticed me, but because I knew he was going to shoot at me, I avoided being shot by moving off to the right instead of running straight ahead. Now you can see the storms coming in. That's a supply drop about to land just there. And there's usually always someone who's crazy enough to go after a supply drop in a situation like this. I wasn't real accurate, but I've got to make a bold move here. because if I didn't, I was going to get into trouble. He damaged my shield, so I had to replenish my shields. But I had to make sure he died quickly because he was going to be a threat to me. Now, this guy, I was sort of expecting that to happen because I knew he was down there. But the guy who's right above me can't see me now, and he doesn't know where I am. So he's committed himself to engaging the other guy. As you would have noticed before, when that guy came out and started shooting at me, he had to do a quick change of ammunition because he didn't bother to reload before making his move. And that's what got him killed. That guy's gone, so now it's my waiting for him to go around so he doesn't know where I am. Now I make my move, expose myself. He knows where I am now, so I wanted to confuse him and come right around behind him, but he knows where I am because he's had a look, but he wasn't ready.
Have a good day. Have a great day.
He was not ready for that. And that's how you win an additional crown